It is the second largest French-speaking city in the world and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. Welcome to Montreal. A 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 190 miles per hour, 14 turns, tight corners everywhere you look, and a very narrow track. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Andrea Kimi, Antonelli, and Hadjar, Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, and Oscar Piastri, Norris, Albon, Pierre Gasly, and Behrman, Lindblad, Alonso, Esteban Ocon, and Nico Hülkenberg, Lawson, Bortoleto, Colapinto, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Well, you're very welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me, an authority on all things motor racing. It's a warm welcome to Naomi Schiff. Well, it's an excellent sprint yesterday, but we're back to the usual format now. How do they continue what they started? Not their finest performance yesterday. How do they bounce back today? Now, those final hours before a race, did you have a routine?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
That is right. Here we go for the Canadian GP. Big surprise, both Cadillacs in to Q3. We get pole position, and Perez gets 8th place. So overall, really strong start for Cadillac here in the Canadian GP. We beat Max Verstappen to pole. The tire strategy, I didn't, whatever. And yeah, so honestly, if we don't get mechanical failures, if we can keep it out of the wall, and pit stops go all right, I think we can keep first place here. So without further ado, we're underway here at the Canadian GP, the 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. Decent launch off the line. Max Verstappen loses out already. Russell, Verstappen fighting. Russell makes the move. I saw Leclerc going for a move on Verstappen as well. But Leclerc loses out instead to Antonelli. If you have not seen the Canadian sprint race video yet, go and check that out. Like, I am dead serious. It was intense. Like, there wasn't much overtaking happening, but I was defending so stinking hard. I had front wing damage. My tires were absolutely gone. Like, they wanted me to pit in the sprint race, but I was not dare doing that because everyone else was on hards, was the only one on mediums. I could not change it, and I was not going to pit. So, as we're already a second from Russell. So it was me versus my tires versus Albon behind us. So it was a crazy, crazy video. Go check that out. But here we go. First lap completed. We set the benchmark lap. We're the only one, it appears, on soft. So we could be the only one going for a 2-stop here today. What will everyone else be on? Cadillac, I think, is more concerned about scoring points than giving me the chance to keep P1, but whatever. We have one P1 in this season, and that is the Miami Sprint. Although that was scary in and of itself with a... Wow, if I kept the throttle in to any degree, I would have been in the wall. Antonelli around Verstappen. Leclerc's close on them as well. What's going to happen? Mercedes went mediums. Red Bull and Ferrari went hards. We're on the softs. Verstappen and Antonelli still going at it. As we sent another benchmark lap. But Lando Norris, who, by the way, was out in Q2 in 11th place, just set the fastest lap. This is where Verstappen crashed into the wall in the sprint race. So yeah, another eventful part of that race. Verstappen into the wall in the Miami race and out. And into the wall in the Canadian sprint and out of the race. So not a great past few weekends for Verstappen. So he'll be hoping to redeem himself here as he maintains third place ahead of Kimi Antonelli. As it is a struggle to get this car to turn. Let's check in and see where Perez has ended up.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.8 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 9th place.
Okay, so he's only dropped down 1 place. That's not bad. Probably to Lando Norris, if I had to guess, if anything. But yeah, McLaren, difficult weekend so far. Lando Norris out in Q2 of the GP qualifying, and Piastri's time was deleted in Q3 after he exceeded track limits. So he did not get another time put on the board, and that put him down in 9th place. Only 9th place, you say? Yes, because the same exact thing happened to Lewis Hamilton. Exceeded track limits, lap time deleted, no time for another one. So he put him in 10th. As I appear to be just sliding everywhere.
Seeing a lot of tire deg now. We've got a new strategy if you want to take a look at it.
A lot of tire deg. What is the strategy? Okay, he wants to put on hards next. Almost into the wall again. Just struggling to get the car turned. Leclerc and Antonelli now fighting for 4th position. Verstappen has hung on to that 3rd position. As we go through the chicane past the wall of champions, want to keep it out of the wall there. The wall that has gotten many experienced drivers. Bottas himself, Lewis Hamilton, Verstappen, and Vettel. All to name a few. Actually, I'm not sure about the Bottas one. Don't quote me on that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true, but yep, the back end is sliding a bit, so we're definitely gonna be pitting when Mark tells us. Over the sausage curve, we couldn't get the car slowed down. EA did recently, in a full-on update for this game, fixed the mad ring problem. Personally, I am not one that has played the mad ring yet, nor have I talked about it in my videos, but I watched some other F1 creators that talk about the mad ring and how its chicane was broken. And so EA have fixed it by putting several sausage curbs in the chicane to discourage players from using it, and have changed the track limits for it as well anyway. So as Mark has told us to come in this lap, I hope it doesn't rain. It's not forecasted to rain, but it also wasn't forecasted to rain in qualifying, which it did. It worked out okay. It was just a quick shower.
Okay, Valtteri, tyres are wearing at quite a rate here, mate. Please try and look after them.
Interesting. That's a new message I heard before, but we are pushing pretty hard on the tires. So weather report, as I don't activate straight mode, that was a mistake.
Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
Okay, so no rain is expected. As yeah, just not activating straight mode like that lost so much time to Russell. So here we come on the pits. You need to get the car stopped.
Okay, don't worry about that target for now. We can work on a new objective later.
Here we go, into the pits.
Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
And we're going to come out ahead of Lindblad. Albon and Lindblad. Now there's an interesting pair. Why do you say? Because we were fighting with them in the sprint race. Albon has just kind of thrown me for a loop right now. We're on the fresher hards. He's on the softs like we were. And he's struggling to find the grip. He's going real slow and just making me brake. We do not get the car stopped technically in time. But we didn't gain an advantage from going off the track either. So, did we overtake? Yes, but we technically overtook on the apex while we were still within the lines and not on the outside, so I think that's why that was technically legal. And I didn't accelerate the car through off the curb. So we make our way around Albon, and here we're making our way to the other Williams. Carlos Sainz. And again, there's just no way around. And I can't accelerate too fast or I'll be in the back of him. So, Sainz holding me up then. Can we make the same move? Late on the brakes. And we do. We make the move on Sainz. But we actually keep it within the lines this time, so. So on the back straight, we've caught up to Piastri. Perez is still in 8th, so that's good for him. Keep an eye on the tires here. Also keep an eye on the fuel. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're cooking with fuel.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Fastest lap. Or as Mark would say, fastest lap. We're on hards. People setting fastest laps on softs and we blow them away on hards. And that's after fighting with Sainz.
Okay, Valtteri, we're not using as much fuel as we need to. So
yes, should have seen that coming.
Not too heavy at the end of the race.
Can't get the car stopped in time, and that would be an illegal overtake.
Yellow
Probably.
flag.
As there's a yellow flag on the track. What has happened? Hadjar goes off the road. He spins. If he stays there, that could bring out a red flag. If he's trying to keep going. Oh, I'm watching Hadjar right now, not the track. Isaac Hadjar's been disqualified. He sat on the track too long. So rough past few weekends for Red Bull. As Max Verstappen, same exact scenario happened to him, but in Miami. He spun, put it into the wall. He was able to actually pass our teammate. Wow, what an interesting move right there. But Verstappen into the wall in Miami, and he could not get going, so he was disqualified. And now Hadjar, same exact thing. Spun out, couldn't get back on the track, disqualified. So rough weekend. Oh, and don't forget, Canadian Sprint. Verstappen into the wall and out of the race. So Red Bull struggling the past few weekends to get their drivers on top of things. But Verstappen now in the front running as he started in P2. Right behind us. Ha ha ha. Loser. They say second place is first loser, so. Next up we have Hamilton. Hamilton started P10 in this race, and he's up in a P5. If he doesn't get driver of the day, I don't know who will. Here's the very wall that Verstappen spun in and out of the race. Is that... I can't remember if that's... I don't think it is, but I want to say it's the same area that this year Ocon spun. I think maybe it was right here. Anyway, Ocon spun, took the absolute nose plus some off of his Haas. He was lucky it was practice that he did it in, but... Still not cheap for the team to replace. As we are easily catching the front runners, as I believe we're the only one that so far that has pitted, as everyone else was running mediums and hards to start the race. Past the wall of champions, we have overtake. Whoa, Hamilton! What? Oh my goodness! He's trying to put us on the wall.
Unlucky, mate. It was a good try, but we didn't quite meet our targets. Not to worry. Get your head down and chin up. And
Well, we're not going to give him an easy race after that. Not happy about that. Thankfully, it's very, very minor. I think we can still manage. But because of that, I'm going to make sure the team don't change the front wing when we go into the pits. I'm pretty sure we can manage and make overtaking a little bit harder. Yeah, that was never going to happen. On Antonelli there, at least that far back. I did not want to pull an Oscar Piastri and Alex Albon moment, but we have overtake down the back straight. We have the most power around Antonelli and in enough time to be on the brakes. But now he has overtake, so yeah. Not sure we did ourselves a favor there. Because we're up into B3 though. Russell's pitted, that's why. And Verstappen has the lead. Leclerc and then us. So we pitted, no one else had. We made our way up the order on our fresh tires. And now what can we do? In terms of Leclerc and Verstappen, I can already tell I'm quicker than Leclerc. I just don't need to be so quick that I crash into the back of it. And that'll be good. Yeah, same, not gonna happen. I'm way downtown. I'd have to be real confident on the brakes, and I'm not that confident. But here we go down the back straight.
Tire condition still looking good.
Yep, we have the power. Leclerc saves the battery. But he's gonna have overtake on us. And he's gonna have the battery. I do like the way the Brits say it too, battery. I think it's more efficient to say it that way, actually. It's quicker. You save about 0.05 seconds of your life by saying battery instead of battery. So, anyway, random rabbit hole. As we come up on Verstappen, we're quicker than him as well. As I can't get the car stopped. And I took evasive maneuvers, because you never know. Leclerc wanted to look down us. We're gonna take all the curb and more. And right around here was the very place that Alex Albon found the groundhog. IRL, that he ran over it. And yeah, out of practice. But it was funny. He thought it was funny. It's funny because the commentators were saying that they didn't have a replay to show because it was rather graphic, but all I had to do was, because I have a subscription, Apple TV subscription, all I had to do was wind back the video and find Alex Albon's TV pod camera, and voila, I saw the whole thing. Around Verstappen's inside. Want an overtake, but can we make it stick? We do!
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Interesting pass, though. I'm making passes in just the weirder spots. So yeah, the front wing damage, honestly, I'm not feeling much of. It's even on the right side, which theoretically should affect some of these corners more, but honestly, I don't think it's bad. I can feel some, just slight understeer, but honestly, it's not that bad. So the people behind us are gonna have to pit here soon. But so far, we're good. "35 laps, we've done 15. I'm thirsty. We got 20 more to go. Whoa! Big lockup down in that corner. Verstappen's gonna gain a few hundredths on us, or a few tenths on us. That is fine. We're still 2 seconds from him, though. Where are the tires at? They're mid. I think the plan was to try and do 11 or 12 laps, or was it 9 laps? It was 9 to 12 laps on the mediums is what our projected strategy was, but I think we're gonna have to do more. Will we see a repeat of the sprint? Tire day gets high here in Canada. And so will we see a repeat of the sprint where we're fighting our tires more than our competitors? Barely keeping it out of the wall there.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
So Mark finally addressing the front wing issue as our teammate Perez pits. Verstappen and Leclerc can't come out on softs from their pit stop. So Hamilton's running behind us then, 7 seconds. So we could make a fairly, like when we need to pit again, theoretically, we could get a decent margin from everyone. Like, I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking, to be honest with you. I'm thinking a whole pit stop's distance away. Perhaps. So please, 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 no mechanical issues. do this with a force feedback wheel. Whoa, 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 whoa. What?
The stewards have given us a 10-second time penalty.
I only did that because Kimi Antonelli did that several times in the Canadian real life GP. Several times. And he didn't get penalized for it? Why do I get penalized for that? Like they even slowed the car way down. That is nonsense, man. Like we have the gap for it, but will we when we pit? Or is everyone on a one-stop strategy? So that is infuriating. Kimi Antonelli got away with that multiple times in the real GP without time penalties, and I get one instead. Like, I understand that it's significantly cutting the corner, but I slowed the car way down. Guess what I'm never doing again. Even though there's a road there, an escape road there. Like, nah. Yeah, 15 laps to go. The tires are degrading. I do like in F126 they have more driver and engineer communications. Obviously it's very simple stuff, but yeah. Seconds from Russell. Norris from P11 to P4. Of course, the Ferrari's pitted. I don't know if he has. Actually, he might have, because he's on mediums, and I doubt he's done 20 laps on mediums.
You made that look easy.
No one else did.
Work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it.
I'm guessing. I don't know what that objective was. Oh, it was a lap time. That's right. So there's always something in every race that's just gonna ruin it. And this time it could be that stupid 10-second penalty. So the stewards thought for some reason I gained 10 seconds. Worthy of a penalty. Like 3 guys, come on. 10 seconds is outrageous. Just a penalty in general is outrageous, but 10 seconds is insane. 15 laps to go. 16 actually, but 15 when we cross the line. Tires around 60%. Surprised Mark hasn't called us into the pits yet. So it's a battle of degradation here in Canada.
Okay,
Bortoletto is out of the session. Could that bring out a safety car? Usually though, a safety car whatnot happens. He's into the wall. Or actually, I'm guessing that's mechanical failure because it didn't look like he was into the wall. But I'm guessing that won't bring out a safety car, as it can pretty safely do that. Clean that up. And usually safety car happens and then the person retires, so. And you know, come to think of it, I don't think we've had one safety car this entire season. I could be wrong there, but honestly, because I'm trying to remember. Australia, we didn't. China, we didn't. Bahrain and Jeddah, definitely not. And then Miami, no. And so, yeah. And that leads us to Canada. So not one singular safety car yet in the season. We got a red flag though. I think. Yeah, first red flag. That's right. I made an entire video over that. But yeah, first red flag. Leclerc! Leclerc's out of the session! What in the world happened to Leclerc? Is that a mechanical failure from Ferrari? Surely not. Their engine has been the most reliable this entire season. Well, except for our engine. Our engine sucks. But Ferrari in that IRL season have had the most reliable engine. Mercedes horribly unreliable, but it did not transfer into the game. Or was he into the wall? No, mechanical failure for Leclerc. Honestly, that should be a VSC at the most. He is barely on the track or off the track. So that looked like a mechanical retirement to me. So Bortoleto, and 1 lap later, Charles Leclerc. So Hamilton needing to carry Ferrari now. And that makes me worried because the engine in the back of this Cadillac is a Ferrari engine. We've already had 1 mechanical failure. No, our ERS is gone. Our ERS is gone. We need to get that fixed, people. But all the faults are happening today. Bortoleto, a fault. Charles Leclerc, a fault. Hold on, I need to fix this.
You're in first position, front of the pack. Okay, Russell's
The
behind
game
you now.
glitches occasionally.
Okay, your pit window opens next lap. 13 laps to go.
So slow out of the corners because of that ERS fault. When will it get resolved? Guys, I have a 10-second time penalty. I need speed. Usually an ERS fault is fixed pretty quickly. Hamilton, okay, there we go.
Boxing this lap.
There we go, it's back online. Yeah, 72% on the rears. I hope we're boxing, Mark.
We fixed the problem with the ERS. It should be back online now.
It is indeed, Mark. Thank you so much. Yeah, the car is sliding everywhere, man. So we have full battery to push. Perez is into the pits. Hamilton's on softs. Interesting.
Sergio's
Actually, I knew that, right? No, wait. I don't know. But yeah, Ferrari doing a 2-stop for sure. Mercedes, I don't know, because they started out mediums and now they're on hards. So it could be going softs last. Whole bunch of different tire strategies going on right now, I think. So here we go, we're boxing 76% on the left rears. Brake early. We do not want to pick up another 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. 11 seconds to Russell. Hasn't changed yet. Usually the interval when you're in the pits is kind of broken.
Okay, off we go. Back into the race.
There we
That was
go.
a fantastic stop.
We're behind the
Faster than
Mercs
we were
now.
expecting. Okay, stay clear of the white line on
Hamilton's
the
into the
exit.
pits.
We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Oh, we're only in third. That's not bad. That is very, very doable. And we're on fresh mediums compared to the old hards of the Mercs in front of us. So do they have the pace? I don't think so. I've had the pace all weekend. I topped the first session. I topped Q1 sprint. I topped Q2 sprint. Q3 sprint it rained, so threw that out the window. I didn't top the sprint, but I did finish P7. Basically giving you guys no reason to go and watch it now, but seriously, it was, as I'm giving everything away, but seriously, it was action-packed. Intense mental battle. Will the Mercs be pitting? Not Russell, and not Antonelli. But already we've caught him. We have overtake.
Right, you've got boost mode available now. Use it if you want to.
You know, on those old tires are going to be. And Antonelli looking to chop across us there.
Leading our teammate by 28.9 seconds.
We get the car stopped in time. We keep it within the lines. What a move on Kimi Antonelli. Old tires versus new. New will always come out on top. I really need some water.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Russell, I feel bad for the guy, honestly. Like, this is legit dangerous, but in Austria, really hot race for them, and both him and Kimi Antonelli's drinks system failed. Not a vital part of the car, but a vital part to the human body. So he had zero water to drink. So that is legit dangerous. Hopefully it does not happen to him in like Secure or something where it's really hot, or Singapore, one of the hottest races on the calendar, as we are getting super close to Russell. How are we going to make the move on him that we've made on so many other people down at this corner? We go late on the brakes. No, it doesn't happen. I'll get the position back. I don't want to risk any kind of time penalty. You can't gain an advantage if you give the position back immediately. We're going to make a run on him here down on the back straight. Here we go. I knew he was going to do that. All the AI do. Actually, it's probably a real life move, but yeah. There we go. We make the move on Russell.
Good job. Nice overtake.
He was leaving the window open just so he could shut it on our hands as we were climbing in. But I knew better, and I put fake hands out there on the windowsill. And when he shut it, it was too late. I was already in the other window. What an analogy. He shut the window, but he left the front door open. Once again leading this pit. Oh, hello, the Mercs are in the pits, and we're coming up on some cars. Looks like we might have our first blue flags of the season, but thankfully not two at us, but instead for us. Antonelli did not pit, but Russell did. So Antonelli surely will be in the pit soon.
Any more front wing damage and it's going to really cost us, so please let's protect it and bring the car home.
We have 7 laps to go. 6.5. After we're done with this, and it'll be 6 officially. So the front left tires really take a beating here. That's not Kimi Antonelli line, as that is an Aston Martin, which I don't remember passing. So the Aston must have pitted. Stroll, by the way, got in the way of us in qualifying. I don't have a recording of it, but it was very annoying. He should have moved out of the way. I was on a flying lap, but nah. He just sat on the racing line. Typical Stroll. Monaco 2025. Basically what happened to me. Here we go. We now have the gap after the Mercs are pitted to stay in first position even after our time penalty. Our pit stops are finished. I'm guessing everyone else's pit stops are finished too. I will say it's a nice green on the Aston Martin that they have. Very nice green. It's unfortunate the car has 0 performance to make up for it. I feel bad for Fernando Alonso. Bro is just stuck in a team where he's doing nothing but competing with his teammate. Even when Cadillac, the brand new team, are having their own struggles, they're not really competing with Cadillac either. Cadillac actually has performance as compared to Aston Martin after Perez came so close to points in Monaco.
0.8 seconds.
Did you say 88.8 seconds? That's over a minute. Good job on your math. Yes, thank you. That's a minute and 28 seconds. Almost 29 seconds. So almost a minute and a half, actually. You can hear the extra power from the boost mode. Look at those tires, man. We've barely been running these tires for that long, and they're already up there. Tire deck here in Canada is hard. Whew, but Hamilton carrying Ferrari after Charles Leclerc retired due to what looked like a mechanical issue. I didn't see smoke on board Leclerc, but it was quite some time after they had already retired. We gotta lock up in that corner. And guess what I'm not doing again? Just listen to that difference with no boost and boost. I mean, you can just hear the engine kicking the hyperdrive, basically. It's just like... Listen to this. Man, listen to that engine roar. I didn't know how that feels in the real cars. You're just going and it's like... As the tires are giving way already. You can even see the speed difference there on the back straight when I deactivate and reactivate it. Las Vegas is being advertised in Canada. Yes, that makes sense. Makes total sense. Alright, here we go. Andrea Kimi Antonelli out of the session. So Bortoletto, Leclerc, and now Kimi Antonelli. He won the sprint race, but he won't see the end of the Canadian GP. What has happened to Antonelli? Is it that Mercedes' reliability, or lack thereof, or is he into the wall?
Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that
That
going
is
right
the
through to
front
the end of the
wing
race.
no damage objective that Mark is referring to right there. Kimi Antonelli still on that, yes, out of the session. That's where Max Verstappen dipped it into the wall in sprint. But what happened to Kimi Antonelli? Will we know, or are we too far back to where they'll clean up the car that fast? Typically, if this was a real GP, it'd probably be a VSC. I'm not seeing yellow flags yet. I think I saw one momentarily, but it's gone. So yeah. Nothing. Actually, now that I think about it, the sprint race here in Canada, Max Verstappen dipped it into the wall. He did terminal damage to his car. Like, the suspension was just gone, man. His wheel was gone. How was that not a VSC or a safety car? Because it was on the racetrack.
Okay, mate.
It wasn't like at a retirement
And let's bring it home.
station or like a Marshall station, but no, it was on the racetrack. And it wasn't a VSC or safety car. Like right here, he dipped it into that wall, the yellow one right there. And no safety car whatsoever. But anyway, here we go. Last lap here in Canada. We have a 10-second time penalty, but it doesn't look like it'll matter. As we've caught up to the back of the pack. They get their first blue flag notice, but I think they're probably going to push it to the end. Because here I come. Fernando Alonso gets over. And this, we take the checkered flag, we take P1 in Canada.
Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done.
What a drive! What a performance for Valtteri Bottas, who takes the checkered flag.
And it's one thing to win, but to win like that in total dominant style, that was a fantastic drive, and it is not one that we see very often.
And the top three venturing onto the podium to begin the celebrations. And Valtteri Bottas, head and shoulders above the rest, claims another impressive victory. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
And would you look at that, double points for Cadillac this weekend as Sergio Perez bags P8 here in Canada race. Or is that P8? JK P7. He bags P7. I wondered because of the retirements. So we finished at Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. George Russell down blazes. Lewis Hamilton started in 10th. He's up into 5th. Ahead of Oscar Piastri. Sergio Perez up 1 place as well. Alex Albon, Carlos Sainz down, and Colapinto up into the points to finish out the scoring rounds. Pierre Gasly, then Arvid Lindblad, Ollie Behrman, Liam Lawson, Nico Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon, Fernando Alonso, and Lance Stroll. For the ones that didn't finish, we have Kimi Antonelli, Charles Leclerc, and Gabriel Bortoleto, as well as Isaac Hadjar. I forgot about him, actually. All of which, Isaac Hadjar parked in a dangerous location, Bortoleto, mechanical failure, Charles Leclerc, mechanical failure, and Kimi Antonelli crashed with terminal damage. Wow. So, Mercedes reliability still sticking, just not for him this time. Taking a quick look at the standings, we had driver standings. George Russell still leads the way with 138 points with a 23-point gap to Lando Norris, who has a 28 points gap to Max Verstappen. The Drivers' Championship is getting thinner and thinner. Charles Leclerc, then Oscar Piastri, and we finally, we pass Antonelli and Lewis Hamilton. Antonelli and us are tied, however, but we do have... Oh, my apologies. This is a gap to the leader, so actually the championship standings still within a good margin, with just a 35-point gap separating the top 4. We have a 70-point gap to George Russell. No point gap to Kimi Antonelli, but we finished ahead of him in the race, so that puts us ahead of him. And Lewis Hamilton now back 8 points from us. And then we have Isaac Hadjar, Carlos Sainz, Alex Albon, Sergio Perez with his first points here in Canada, Nico Hülkenberg, Pierre Gasly, Liam Lawson, and Franco Colapinto also with his first points here in Canada. Then we have Ollie Behrman, Arvid Lindblad, Esteban Ocon, Gabriel Bortoleto, Fernando Alonso, and Lance Stroll, who all have not scored. But looking at the Constructors' Championship, we have Mercedes still lead the way by 7 points ahead of McLaren, who are ahead of Ferrari, who have a 43-point gap to Mercedes. So really the Constructors is just about between Mercedes and McLaren at this point. Ferrari ahead of Red Bull, and ahead of us. The other ones we don't really care about, Haas and Aston Martin, still have yet to score. So that is it for the Canadian GP. Join me next time as we head out to Monaco, the one where qualifying determines your race results.